Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, we here. All right. We're going to talk about Big Mama. I'm about to say Big Mama, Den Mama today. How's everybody doing? Hey, Kenzo. Let me go ahead and bring out my co host. Hey, EJ.
Hey, can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Um, hey Inga.
Hey everybody, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
And look to me, I got my Tupac hoodie on.
Uh-oh.
Boy, I was all ready. Y'all see it?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I'm about to knock this whole
Yeah, I
thing
got a
off.
lot of Tupac t-shirts and hoodies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guy. So
Yes.
yeah.
Wait a minute, y'all. I can't even see this thing. Let me leave it alone before I mess it up worse. Leave it alone. So y'all, like I said, we here to talk about Dear Mama. We're not gonna do episode by episode. We're just gonna talk about the series overall as a whole. Um so EJ, what did you think about it?
I love the series. I thought that it was a pretty dope series actually. I liked the way they integrated everything. I
Mm-hmm.
loved the last two episodes, probably were my favorite episodes, just because I
Mm-hmm.
felt like it was something different. After you've seen like a ton of Tupac documentaries, you feel like you've seen and heard everything. But then I
Mm-hmm.
just felt like those last two episodes was so, and I loved his aunt. I love something about the narration of it, and his aunt having so much to do with
Yeah.
it. I thought it was great.
Aunt Glow. I love Aunt Glow. I can
Yeah,
hear her
she was
talk
dope.
all the time. I could love to hear her talk. She's I like
Hmm.
Aunt Glow, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Inga, what you thought about it?
Yeah, no, I agree with EJ. I enjoyed the whole 5-part series. I really did. I mean, and I agree. I've seen so many documentaries and interviews and all kinds of stuff, and everybody talking about them. So a lot of things you kind of know, but I
Mm-hmm.
actually learned new things too, and
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that. But what I really enjoyed learning more about his mom. I did know some things. I was aware about her history in the Black Panthers. So, because
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of reading and research on Black Panthers over the years. So I knew that she was with Panther 21. But I still learned more information. And to me, I still like to learn more about that woman. I think she's very deep. And
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
so it was good. It was very good. I recommend it to everybody to see it. It was very good.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, Kendall. Yeah, I pretty much felt like y'all. Like for me, I just remember like seeing a lot of the news stuff, in real time when it was happening, and then watching so many documentaries. I kind of felt like, oh, what they gonna tell me that I already don't know? But I love the way they narrated it. I love the way they told the story, and there was things that I didn't know.
No, it's a
So
lot of pieces that I
yeah,
don't think
I
a lot of us
definitely. Hey,
knew.
Candy
Yeah.
Love.
Mhm.
So I definitely did enjoy it from that aspect, just like y'all was
That's
saying.
Candy, and that I
Thank you,
watched that
Tina.
yesterday. The Hollywood, it was so nice. The sister, she's so beautiful. She looks a lot like her mom and her dad,
Mm-hmm.
and got up there and spoke, and she got choked up, and
Mm-hmm.
it was very very nice. It was well deserved and long overdue for him to get that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. Way long overdue.
Hmm.
So yeah, like y'all said, we had his aunt talking. I definitely liked her perspective and hearing from her. We had some cousins, we
Yes.
had a little bit from Snoop Dogg and
Hmm.
Dre. I think it was like a
and
tiny
form
piece
and
with
former Black
Eminem.
Panther members too.
Yeah,
So
former
yeah.
Black Panther
Hmm.
members,
His
Jasmine
dad, I
Guy,
think.
Mike Tyson. So it was a
Yeah.
variety of different aspects. Now I do have, some slides. I ain't get as many as I usually do, especially since this was like 5 episodes. I tried to get the things thought was the most important, I guess.
And I think that's why we were able to learn some new information, because we wasn't talking to the regular people who always feel, there's always running their mouth and doing interviews
right.
This was the family members. So
exactly.
we got the cousins, the aunt, different ones, people, the Black Panther members that were close to the family, and we got deep insight, so that I think that's
and seeing
why
his father,
I
thought that was great. And we didn't
hear but now the father is going
yeah.
talking smack on interviews right now.
Yeah, that was interesting, because I never really knew that much about his father. Like what I always heard, and they did mention that in there, is that for a long time he just thought that his father, I think I had wrote it in my notes somewhere in here.
He thought the father was dead.
Yes.
Yeah, because the mother apparently, I think they had a bad volatile relationship or something, and she probably, like some mothers might say, I don't need him. Forget that dude. I raised y'all by myself, and I don't need him. And so she probably just didn't want the dude in their life. I'm assuming. I don't know. It wasn't said. I wasn't there. But
because the aunt even mentioned something about it possibly being between two guys. But she said I felt like she just said that. She said, to me, I always knew that it was something along them lines. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, but I just saw an interview he did on YouTube, and saying that if I known that the story was going to be about her, I wouldn't have did it. So it's still, I don't like that kind of thing. Just keep your mouth closed. He's passed away. Your son is gone. Just shut up at this point. Now you try to capitalize and try to make a coin or something.
Yeah, you was telling me about that. I didn't know nothing about it, but yeah, I don't know. People be,
yeah.
It get messy sometimes.
Yeah, we don't really.
But I definitely did. I definitely did think that aspect of it was interesting, though, because I had no idea of that.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of those new things that I was talking about. I was like, his daddy was dead. So,
right.
Yeah, because I knew I always knew the Metula was his stepfather, and that's his sister's father.
Right.
So his sister Metula his sister is Metula. That's her dad. But I always knew that was the stepfather. But it seemed like it wasn't sure whether his real father was alive and all. Then years later, I found out that he wasn't, because he tried to sue Afeni to get some of the estate. And she fought him on that. So
yes. Yeah. So of course with this
what did you say, EJ?
I'm sorry.
No, I just said as she should have.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't mean to jump in, Tamika, but I just want to say the part that if there's a reason why she kept him away, I don't know the woman. I didn't know her. Wish I could have met the woman, but I didn't know her. But if you are a solid father, I mean, unless she's just a nasty person, why would she keep him away? It must have been something with him, and that's why she kept Tupac away from him. And so I don't know. It's more to. It's still some questions just not answered on that.
It could have been, and then you figured they were just like always moving around too. Because
because in this situation they were moving around because the FBI was investigating them all the time. So he probably that could have been also a part too. That. But if he was a good dude, she probably would have found him and said, "Hey," or got word to him, wrote a letter or something. I mean, it was a whole lot of years because he didn't see him until he got shot.
Yeah, because I remember he said something about not knowing what they were.
He's grown. He's an adult at this time. So
yeah.
Like
so
21, 22 or something maybe at that time. So
absolutely. So of course they kind of jumped back and forth with this whole, series. They were showing. I think we started like in 1991 with him being in the interview. We seen some stuff also with what was his name? Shock from
Shock G
from Digital Underground and all of that. And we kind of got the back and forth. I think it was like between 93 and 95. Some of these might be mixed up. But yeah, that was him with Digital Underground. And it was like basically saying, I can't remember what came first because he had so many different situations happening. It was the thing about him intervening into an incident that happened, but then there was also him having police brutality against him and filing like a $10 million lawsuit.
They were all in it around the same time.
Yeah.
Frame. Yeah. It's like back to back.
Right.
Both of those incidents where he shot the dirty cops and then he had the police beat him up. It's sort of intertwined all around the same. He had a lot of lawsuits going on.
Yes, they was like saying he had all these different cases in different states, and I think one of the times after the incident when the cops came banging at the door, I can't remember if this was some of the people that he worked with in the studio or if it was his cousins, but I remember somebody in the documentary, I should have wrote that down. They said that after that happened with the police knocking at the door, this is around the time when they hear Dear Mama, the song, for the first time.
That's correct.
Yeah. So I don't know if any of y'all want to talk about that, but that was that's basically him when he's talking about the brutality that was against him. Something else that I don't think I ever heard, they were saying that because of that beating, he ended up having alopecia after that. And his alopecia, yeah. And that's why he always kept his head bald. I never knew that part. I don't think I did.
I never heard that either, but I guess that probably could make some sense. Yeah. Maybe he had patches that didn't grow back because if you got like nerve damage.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yeah, I think they were saying something about that. So of course that's when they finally, hear the Dear Mama song, which is one of my favorites. Okay, I got a lot, but that's definitely one that I just love that song. Kendall says
the words are beautiful.
The first was the jaywalking incident in Oakland with the police when I'm sorry, y'all, you know this.
When he sued, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, it was I can't remember what came first, chicken or the egg, but it was around the same
yeah, because I know they were back and forth with it. Book Diva said, I was shocked to learn how poor they were. Yes, they were very poor.
Yeah. He's always spoke about that.
Yeah,
he's
definitely.
Always spoke about how they were very poor. They were on food stamps. I mean, the mother couldn't keep a job, couldn't get a job or keep a job because once her name gets, her name was in the FBI database thing. So she would lose jobs. They'd be having to move from place to place. So, I mean, he's spoken on that many times.
Yeah.
So, it's good to hear these stories again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's sad that she had to go through all of that. But I know it was all a journey, and I know that it was all, that eventually it was all because of something, like it has a higher meaning, but at the end of the day it just felt so wrong. Like you're hearing that story and you just feel so heartbroken for this woman who is fighting so hard. It's just crazy. But
yes, and she was a fighter. She really was.
Absolutely. So we get a little bit more of her background and Black Panther and all of that, and her kind of having a high what's the word I'm looking for? Like a high status in them, which normally women wouldn't have. And also the different things that the Black Panthers did, which, I think a lot more of us know about it now, but back then they always tried to make the Black Panthers seem like they was a certain kind of way. You wouldn't hear about the fact that they was doing the free breakfast and, things with housing and, helping out with free lunches and all of the other things that they were, helping with, Yeah. So I like the fact that they were showing that.
And of course, COINTELPRO, like they do with any of these groups, they intervene and intertwined into them and try to have a lot of infighting amongst the group. And that's how a lot of it got all torn apart in the first place. Because, let's infiltrate and get people to infiltrate your organization so that we can tear it up from the inside out, So next thing you know, they all fighting amongst each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. So I mean, I just got slides, so if y'all want to talk about any of the slides when we get to it, or
have any of y'all seen the documentary that's on PBS? It came out a couple of years back. about the Black Panther Party. It's fabulous. You can find it on Amazon Prime. It's free. I mean,
yes.
It's for anybody who hadn't seen it. It's or whatever. You can look at PBS.
Yes.
And they show it like usually every Black History Month. It pops up on PBS, and it's probably one of the best documentaries on the Black Panther Party because it starts from the very crust of the beginning all the way until it all fell apart to the end.
Yeah,
and the good, the bad, the ugly with everybody, and it's fabulous. So, so and her part of Panther 21 is mentioned in that a little bit in that documentary, but people should check that out.
Yeah, hold on 1 minute, y'all. We got another guest.
Detroit. What up, though? What up, ladies? How y'all
What's
feeling?
Going on?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Hi, Tamika.
How you doing?
Hey, Inga.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you? And EJ, how you doing?
I didn't feel the love in that. I really didn't.
I love all you guys, man. We got to support each other.
No, I feel like you should say hi to me again one more time.
Hi, EJ.
I'm just messing with you.
So, Detroit, when we started, I was asking everybody what their overall thoughts was about the series. What was your thoughts?
It's kind of this is my favorite, like one of my favorite MCs of all time. So I like to watch it. Like I done saw the movie. I done seen every documentary of Tupac. I think I got all his albums. You know what I mean? It's sad at the end because you know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
It's like it's a train wreck. You know what I mean? Like he's so smart and was like had the wrong people around him. You know, he had a target on his back because of his mother being in the Panther Party, which is not a bad thing because she didn't do nothing wrong. But they took it out on him, and he was. I don't want to go into detail because I don't know if he got to that, but you know what I mean. Him getting accused of raping that young lady, which he never did. You know what I mean? It just like his whole thing was just all messed up. I mean, when he went to Suge Knight, you know, it was bound to happen to him. Because Suge Knight ain't every time somebody around Suge Knight, something goes wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a mess. I wanted to ask y'all about that, but we didn't get there yet. But so of course we touched on his, high school years and him being younger, and like EJ was mentioning, them moving around and being poor and all of that part. And he even did like amateur night with at the Apollo with Jesse Jackson. So they was just
raising the son,
So they was just showing that he had actually been acting and going into school for drama and all of that kind of stuff for years. I think that's part of the reason why he was so good, because he killed it when it came to acting and everything. Like I don't think it was anything that he didn't do that he wasn't good at. They talked about him knowing how to dance and all of that different kind of stuff.
What's his name? His first rap name was MC New York, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So he was on that conscious stuff though.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and then like it just didn't work. He got discouraged. He kept moving from city to city, and it changed. His mama was on drugs, and it just like whatever. I think the moment to me that changed him when he was walking across the street trying to get some money. I think he was in California. I think he was in Oakland. He was walking, minding his business. And the cops, you know what I mean, messed around and profiled him, and it said that his hair started to fall off after that. So
yes, we was touching on that. Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't remember hearing about that part before. Hey, Brillo, what's going on? What's up, Savannah? Yeah, that was definitely crazy.
Can I ask you? I mean, I'm gonna ask Inga because. She, y'all a little bit older than me, so I'm young at this time. Because I'm gonna tell you, I think when he went to like he was in jail in '94, right? Okay, he was in jail, and then Suge got him out in what '95?
It was after he went to jail in '95, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm asking Tamika and Inga because I was young, so. It seemed like to me in that time, it seemed like all that happened to me, just looking at it happening like it's like 4 years, but when I got older, that stuff happened in only about 8 months.
Yeah, it was less than a year.
Yeah.
He was only on death row for less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, it seemed like
It seemed like it was longer, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Some say if he would have stayed in jail, he would still be alive today.
Yeah, we won't know, but
we would never know. But
yeah.
you know what I mean. But because he got out, he was on probation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't want to blame everything on Suge, but that Tupac being around him influenced that gang culture, just took it to a whole different level.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you see where he came from, and you see how he was before. My husband and I were looking at, like the beginning, like earlier, like at some of his beginning music and stuff like that earlier today. And just looking at that and looking where he came from and then how he ended up where he ended when he was with Suge Knight, it's like night and day. I mean, it's like
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, he changed.
Yeah.
But people made the situations and people who turned on him made him change too.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Hardened him.
Yes.
You know, he didn't know who to trust anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know who to trust.
Yeah.
When that money
paranoia is real.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When that money slowed down, all his homeboys were not from Digital Underground because they had no problem with him, but I think his agent or the dude that was handling his money, you know what I mean, he left and everything like that, so he ain't had nobody but the outlaws.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of people knew that being with Suge and all that mess over Death Row was no good, so some people backed away from it. They didn't want, as they even said in the documentary, that some of those Black Panthers, the former Black Panther guys, was telling him, you shouldn't go over there. But I mean, but nobody was coming up with the 1.4 million or whatever.
Right.
And somebody show up with some money and you want to
which
get
was
out
so
of prison.
Weird to me. That was so weird to me why they didn't show up for him. You know what I'm saying? Like why you wouldn't show up for him. Like at this point, Tupac has already proved himself to be a big artist. You would think that they would have showed up for him. Like I thought that was so dirty. I didn't even know. Like I just thought that was.
And to be honest with you, people floss like they had money, but really some of them didn't have no money. They making money now, 20, 30 years later. Some of them didn't have no money back then.
Yeah,
they were having signed bad contracts. Some people didn't have money. I think Interscope, he was signed with Interscope prior to being with Death Row, and Interscope, which is Jimmy Iovine, should have been getting.
That's who I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, that's who. Those people in Interscope should have been the ones getting him out. He shouldn't have to been scrambling around and asking people and in this day and time, he would have been putting up a GoFundMe,
That's a fact.
Yeah, so that shouldn't have never happened. And I think that's what made him say, I ain't fooling with certain people on the East Coast. I thought they was my friends and blah, blah, blah. And I'm gonna start repping the West Coast and
Yeah, he was wrong. He was wrong on that part, but
I mean, he was young though. People see he was so much older. But you would think he's 35 or something, but he was only like 22 or 23 or something, very young. Maybe he was very young. I mean,
he was very young.
Yeah, he didn't have anybody to guide him, and he was taking care of his whole entire family, paying the bills for everybody. And I'm not down in that because they didn't have anything. So the one person that can get a couple of coins, that's the one that's going to take care of everybody. We had a lot of pressure on his back,
Absolutely.
And it's a lot of people, and I'm no disrespect to him, whatever like that, but I gotta keep it real. A lot of the people from New York, just New York as a whole, is still holding grudges over this man. And
they don't show him the respect.
They don't show him no type
like
of
they
respect.
Do with Biggie.
Right, and Biggie wasn't no angel neither. You know what I mean?
I mean, Biggie was a victim of his circumstances as far as getting killed.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have been in California, especially 6 months after the man was murdered. after Pac was murdered, he shouldn't have went over there for no reason. I don't care what it was.
Exactly.
Should have laid low for a while. But
Biggie was no angel when that went down at Cross Studios. Like, he didn't have nothing to do with it. But if that was your friend, your best friend at the time, you don't care what Puff trying to tell you, go see how Tupac doing.
Now, in the Notorious movie, of course, that's a one-sided movie. We don't know, these people are dead, so we can't say what really happened. But it showed that Biggie did go into the hospital saying, but the security and he had the Fruit of Islam and all them stop him from coming up there. But for some reason, I think they just put that in there to try to make Biggie look good, because I don't think he went to the hospital personally.
No, this documentary said that he didn't even go.
No, I don't think he did. But they showed that in the movie as if he did go, but I don't think he did.
I don't even know if he would have tried to go if Tupac would have still wanted to be bothered. I mean, the way that I've always heard the story, even previous to this documentary and hearing it in real time, it was always kind of like once that happened, he felt like he was being set up. He didn't trust nobody. It made him a lot more paranoid. So he wouldn't have wanted to mess with nobody. Even we didn't get there yet, but even when stuff happened with him and Snoop later down the line, it's like he like, nah, get out of here. He like once he feel a certain way.
He was strong.
Yes.
He wasn't trying to listen.
Right.
He wasn't trying to listen. And
I don't think he would have.
He probably wouldn't have. Because I don't think that Biggie had nothing to do with anything with the Cross Studio. I just think that he knew information, and then even
I think when he got shot, the cop, I forgot, even came and made some kind of remarks to him. So he felt paranoid with the cops. He felt paranoid with the other people. It was like, who can I trust?
Yeah, I forgot what he said. He did say something highly disrespectful. The cop did. I can't remember what it was, but it was so disrespectful, and I'm like, dude, that wasn't even called for.
Hey, I don't know if y'all seen it. I'm pretty sure Inga probably watched this. It's Angie Martina. They was talking about it because it was Biggie's birthday. I think it was March. I mean, not March, May. And DJ Clark Clinton didn't have nothing to do with it.
That was trash.
That was terrible. Talking about,
and I'm gonna look at him very different side eye now going forward, just because of that. I don't tolerate nobody talking bad about Pac like that. And I don't. He.
And that was tasteless. That was horrible.
It was very tasteless. It was very tasteless.
He owed Tupac family, his sister that's still alive, an apology because Tupac didn't have nothing to do with Biggie getting killed. He went to Los Angeles, and nobody told him that. He the one that said
talking about because he lied or something like that. He lied or something. Yeah. I mean, no one. That was.
Yes, definitely check it out. Is very well done.
That was a Puffy and a Biggie situation, but going to California.
Yeah.
That's Puff, and that's a whole nother thing about Puff too. That I don't dislike Puff, but I'll never give him all the respect because I feel like there's still a lot of unanswered questions that he will never, ever, ever answer.
Oh, absolutely.
And nobody even talks about, no one, everyone's scared to even ask him or approach him or say anything because everybody want to be in his good graces and be partying with him and drinking Ciroc and all this crap with him, There's a lot of unanswered questions, I feel. Matter of fact, the police never questioned him. They was never allowed to get close with him because he got his lawyers all around him, and that was the end of that. So he should have been questioned. If number one person should have been questioned when that situation happened with Biggie, which should have been Puff.
Yes.
So
y'all, I'm sorry. I know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get sad.
No. It's okay. Yeah. Like I just want to touch on these, and then we could continue the conversation. Like we had Brenda had a baby. Brenda had a baby, which was based off something that happened in real life, right? Then we had Juice, and they wanted to blame him for the violence that happened after Juice.
But they were doing that with all those black.
Yeah, they always was doing that with hip hop and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah.
Men's Society, Do the Right Thing had violence, and during that movie, when that movie came out, I remember when it came out, and it was violence going on. That has nothing to do with the movie. That's just people. That's just street stuff and people,
exactly.
And all that kind of thing.
So
they always like to do that with our movies. They don't do that
exactly. That's true. Absolutely. And of course, which I was just talking about with him and Biggie, you know, they was cool. Then after that happened, so then we had the Black Panthers have a shootout with the, well, the FBI have a shootout with the Black Panthers and say that it was some kind of bomb plot and all that. Anybody want to talk about that?
That was Edgar Hoover that was doing all that, right?
Edgar Hoover, yeah.
Yeah, you know how he was.
I hope he's resting in hell, really. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, at the end of the day, right? We know what he about. I'm just gonna leave it as that.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we ain't trying to get nobody page taken.
Right.
Yeah, we had, of course, you know, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, Kennedy, all of them back to back. You know,
he had a long laundry list of people that he was trying to take, that he thought that was a threat. You know, because they wasn't being some, you know, good old boy slave mentality. So anytime you started saying something different about the government and how they treat people, oh no, we got to take you down, you know.
Right.
And they do it, and they'll take you down by trying to have you go against your own brother or sister. You know, I mean, you know, people who look like you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what's crazy?
You
know what's crazy? No, you're fine. You know what's crazy about that whole situation is that you would think that the Black Panthers would have got so much more credit for wanting to police themselves, like wanting to police the community, wanting to give back to the community, wanting to help the community, helping themselves, you know what I'm saying? And not asking someone else to do something, but actually getting out there and, you know, helping the community and doing things from within. You would think that you would get so much more credit for that. You think that that's what, but no.
I don't even like when people call it militant. To me, you're just doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to help out your other brother and sister, you know, and your other people in the neighborhood, other communities. That's what you're supposed to do. If you if you can do it. I don't look at it as that they were militant,
right?
You know,
So, does anybody want to talk about the fact that she was betrayed? That she had $400,000 bail? That she had to fight for herself in court? Like, I really wanted to get a clip of the correlation between him talking in court and her talking in court, but I could not get the video. I couldn't get the clip, so I thought that part was so. Like what she said versus what he said in court.
I mean, that was a Black woman at that time, you know, standing up for herself and fighting her own case with no lawyer. I mean, it was just remarkable because a lot of people can't do that now. I don't think I can do it.
Right. I don't think nobody could do that. That was powerful though. How she
yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and that's why she should be talked about more when we listen, when we reading history stuff or we watching these documentaries and things on. Her name should come up in the conversation. The same if you talk about anybody else that
she should be up there with Harriet Tubman.
Her name should be talked about.
She should be up there.
That's why this documentary was great because we got a chance to know more about her.
Yes,
that's what I liked about it. Yeah,
she should be in she should be in some type of museum. She should be up there with the Black women like Rosa Parks and who else? Harriet Tubman and stuff like that do a lot of stuff that they don't talk about. You know what I mean? I know they ain't gonna do it though, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying she deserves it, man.
Yeah. And of course they also found out that the FBI had stolen records and informants and all of that stuff started coming out.
And look at the informant who the same informant that was there with Malcolm X infiltrated the Black Panthers.
Oh my God, Inga.
Yes, Gene Roberts. I never forget this dude's name, Gene Roberts. He's another one that I could give a damn about him ever in life, you know.
That is the part that blew my mind. I was not familiar with this. Like I always knew that
But I
It was
knew
some-
about Gene Roberts.
I knew
because
about
did-
stuff with him as far as Malcolm X, but I didn't know the correlation into this. And when they
No,
mentioned
that was new to me too. About
yeah, when they
I
said
knew
the
about
bodyguard
that.
for Malcolm X that literally did CPR on him, I said, wait
He
a minute,
didn't do no
hold up.
CPR. don't believe he
I
did
had to
CPR.
rewind that part back.
I
I said,
believe
wait
he
a
covered
minute.
his mouth so he could not breathe. He was going to probably die anyway from that
Mhm.
gunshot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That double barrel gunshot to Malcolm X's
Mhm.
chest was going to
Yeah.
kill him anyway.
Yeah.
But I believe Gene Roberts covered his mouth up, act like he's
Mhm.
doing some CPR. I believe he made sure that he was dead.
Mhm.
And that's what I feel, you know.
Yeah, I could see
I don't
that.
believe he was doing no CPR trying to save his life and
Mhm.
all that.
And then the other person was Yadon Satin, the undercover cop. I said, child, they was
Yeah,
really
bunch of
something.
snakes. That's what I'm saying. They use people who look like us, look like your family members, to infiltrate and try to take the whole organization. That they do it with every organization. They did it. They did it with Dr. King too. Dr. King had
Absolutely, yeah,
and with the civil rights movement.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's so crazy that people actually go for this. Like, you actually, like, if you, like, how could you not stand for something? Like, why would you do that? I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I have never understood how people could infiltrate and then take down something that is meant for the betterment of your own people. Like, I just don't get it.
exactly.
Mhm.
I mean, that is true. You know what I mean? Like, this sad. Like, don't even want to talk about it. But I mean, William O'Neal. I'm gonna say it again.
Oh, he's
that
another
coon.
snake,
Mhm.
rat,
Yeah,
any kind
yeah.
of negative words you want to use, devil. He's all of that. Yeah, he's all of that.
That's
you
the
know?
definition of a coon. Is him.
And you know something? That guy you talk about, O'Neal, and then this guy Roberts, and it was somebody else, another one. I've read you because I do a lot of reading all the time, and I'm always reading about history. This is one of my favorite subjects. And they had mental problems and stuff at the end of their life, like they couldn't sleep at night. The stuff stayed on them, on their conscience. They knew they effed up. They shouldn't have did this, and later on they end up having problems.
Yeah, William O'Neal I think he ended up killing himself.
He killed himself.
Like
They
that.
say he walked into traffic. He killed himself. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, he brought that on himself. He brought that on himself. So
I can't muster up the ability to feel bad, so I'm sorry.
no,
Yeah, right.
No, yeah.
Exactly.
There's no feeling bad. There's no feeling bad. You know, no, I'm. You know, no.
I mean,
it was horrible.
They got. I mean, like I think EJ just said about us policing ourselves. I mean, they was doing it they do it on Orlando. The guy that killed Trayvon Martin, he called himself policing his community, and they told him not to. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. It's weird just like listening to stories and seeing people that saying that, you know, I mean, we need black people can't police themselves, but other groups and other race do it all the time.
Yeah, that's true. You got a point.
No, they don't want us to have any power. Because if we get
absolutely
power,
not. Yeah,
then we would be the majority,
exactly.
and we'd be able to, you know, we won't need them for anything if we have power. We have no power in this country at all for anything. It's been that way. It probably will continue to be that way, even when we long gone.
Absolutely.
You know?
And if you think about it, think about all the brilliant Black people. Think about all the brilliant things that Black people have done. Think about our culture and the way that people continuously take from our culture and take and take and take. I mean, to be fair, we are some damn good creative people. When it all comes down to it.
Yeah,
and
because
they feel like if we get too much power, if we begin to think for ourselves, if we begin to see how strong we are, if we come together, then, you know, then what can we do? We can be better than this. We already, well, I'm not going to say
that. I mean, and like the Black Panther Party, they created that the free breakfast program. Now, right now in schools, kids get free breakfast. You know, free lunch, free breakfast. They started all of that.
Yeah.
They don't get no credit for that.
Right. That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
They tutoring them and everything.
And the groceries they was giving out to poor families. You know, they was giving away food, free food. I mean, no, yeah, they it's the whole thing is sad. It is sad.
It's pitiful.
This documentary was very enlightening, very good, but also you also need to, if you got a heart, you can have some tissues sitting next to you. You could cry.
Yeah.
Because it's really sad, you know, in the whole.
I did cry. I cried a lot.
Oh, I did too.
So
yeah, I did too. Oh yeah, and Candy said hospital care. They sure did, because they were the
Yes,
first ones that were
absolutely.
checking Black people for sickle cell anemia too.
Mhm,
You know, they
mhm,
did a lot
mhm.
of and they were trying to shut all those clinics down. They had free clinics. You know,
Yeah,
then where you gonna find a
absolutely.
free clinic that only Black people can come to? You ain't where's that at?
No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, because they were saying that her trial was like the longest and most expensive trial. And then you know, you had the cops getting acquitted with Ronnie King. Like, it was so much different things happening back and forth in this documentary. They showed a piece of that. They showed, you know, him doing the keep your head up, and at the same time, this is around when the sexual abuse charges come in, and he's going through that trial, and then him doing, you know, above the rim, and so it was like a back
him
and
his
forth.
mother were both in the same courthouse,
Right.
same courtroom. It's, I mean, just a different eras, and you know, different years and different eras, but that was so wow. You know, they both, he would end up in the same place his mother went to. She probably didn't ever want to step foot back in that place.
Exactly.
Step out of there.
Yeah, and nobody wasn't expecting her to be able to defend herself and get off, like you were saying. Like, that was just amazing within itself. And then to know that they, you know, basically betrayed her and disappeared and all of that stuff, and that she had to be in there pregnant, and talking about the treatment that she got while being pregnant while in jail.
She got betrayed by the Panthers herself.
Yes.
You know, so
definitely.
It's terrible.
And then they found, like, I think over. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say I hated the way that they talked about how she didn't know, as if I felt like they didn't tell her on purpose, but it was just the way that they worded it, like she was supposed to know. And I'm like, nah, I think
supposed to know what? What's that again?
About them leaving. Like,
she
was the only person that didn't know about them going underground, and
but that was dirty. I mean, that everyone left and went. Yeah, so a lot of people left and went underground, and they sort of left her standing there holding the bag. Yeah.
But they made it seem like she was supposed to know, but somehow she just didn't get the information. I'm like,
I don't believe that.
I
don't believe that.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. And he had so many different traumatic experiences too, when you really think about it. Like, overall, like, even I was gonna say to me,
I'm tired of looking at that Gene Brown.
Oh yeah. Even when this happens with him going to this event that was in the park, and the little boy gets shot, and he gets blamed for that, you know, and then
that was sad. But it's not like he pulled out the piece and shot the boy, you know. No, it was a fight that broke out, and somebody, you know how that is. You know.
Yeah. So of course, like we were saying, the back and forth, like between the two cases, I think he gets off, which nobody wasn't expecting that, for the
gun case for the cop.
Right.
Yeah, but those cops turned out to be dirty cops.
Yes, they didn't have. They didn't.
So that's why he was able to get off.
They took the guns illegally or something along them lines. So once that happened, he got off on that. But then the sexual abuse case was a completely different horse, because you know they were saying, "Oh no, he got off on that. We're gonna make sure he go for this."
No, they said no. We're gonna take him down. This whole thing with that girl was a whole setup.
That was a whole setup. And I ain't gonna lie, she ought to be ashamed of herself. Like, seriously, she should be ashamed of herself, because people have to fight so hard to be believed when things of that type of nature happen, and for you to lie about something like that, and for you to feed into their agenda, that just makes it that much more worse. I have all brothers. I'm sorry, so I get very passionate when people, because I always think about my brothers. Like, you need to be on the end of truth with that, and I just don't understand how somebody don't live with themselves. So I don't know.
I have an adult son, and so I would be devastated if someone lied on him and say he molested, raped, or touched somebody, a kid, or anything like that. Especially if I know he's not that type of person, you know. No,
she lied about it because he went. They said he went to sleep. He was like, "No." And this
girl was a pass around. She was a trick, a slut, or whatever kind of word you want to use. Yeah, that's what she was. She was sleeping around. Look, she gave him a blowjob at the club.
Yeah, she did.
Ain't no nice church girl, no nice little girl doing those. I ain't gonna say
She
church
was
girl,
a-
'cause some church
She
girls.
was a thought.
Listen, some of the church.
Yeah,
girls you
that's
see
why I
too.
took that. That's why I combined that because the church ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But I'm just saying,
Wait 1 minute,
she-
y'all.
you know what I'm saying? And she was an old pass around. Nobody.
Tupac thing was he was messing with Haitian Jack. We know the history about Haitian Jack. This
Yes.
dude
Yeah.
was a wild
Yes.
boy.
Yeah, and everyone told him not to fool with that dude.
Yeah, everybody told him to.
Everybody
Yeah.
told him. They say even Biggie supposed to have told him not to fool with that guy.
Yeah, he was.
Started fooling with him when he did Above the Rim, so he could get into that character of Birdie. You know he started hanging with him around that time frame when he did Above the Rim. So
yeah. And you know what else with that whole situation? You could tell from the jump, the way they tell the story, the way that she immediately blames Pac instead of whoever actually hurt her. Because I'm not saying that that nothing happened after the fact. I'm saying Pac didn't have anything to do with that but she immediately said his name. What did she say? He left me to. He allowed the wording that they said, and I was like, that was a setup. I just
he might not have been he might have said something foul like "bitch, get out of here." Something he might have said something foul, but that doesn't mean that he touched her or did anything to her. I think that she went after him because he's the one. He was the star. He was the name. Them other guys wasn't nobody. So. But I think it was all set up. I think it's even deeper than Haitian Jack. I think it's this big old setup.
It was a setup.
I think it was a setup. Because look at how remember how his lawyer separates the trial, like separates them. He gets separate, and then you and then the person that supposedly did the do as well. They never even hear from him. Who is he? Where is he? What happened to him? How did he just walk out of there? Like
he walked right in the documentary. He walked right past in the courtroom. They showed him walking right past Haitian Jack. All of them. They separate themselves from him, and they cut a deal. That's why they cut a deal with the cops or whoever, and that was done on purpose. The cops set that up too.
I don't think they said it in the documentary, but I ain't saying it. You know what I mean? I don't call nobody no snitch without no paperwork, but. After that happened, Haitian Jack ended up going to jail. He ended up getting deported.
He's living his best life. He lives in Dominican Republic. He living his best life. He lives good. He's not, But that was part of the I think the whole thing. Like you give us the information we need, and we will like you won't. I can't think of the right legal term I'm trying to say, but he, basically. We won't lock you up in America. We're going to
deport you.
We'll deport you and go about your You can't never show your face in America no more.
Now that he might be living his best life there, but like not be able to come to America again, that stings.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but people can go down at least he's still alive.
That is true. That is true.
Can come down there to see him. Unfortunately, now Pac is gone. His whole life was ruined after that situation.
Yeah.
To me, it's like he went downhill after that.
Yeah, and it does seem like that's the moment when everything just kind of happened, because that's the moment where after he gets convicted of the most trumped up charge you could think of. That was
they talk about him getting depression and him contemplating taking his life.
Exactly. Did y'all know about that? Because that was new for me. That part was
I didn't know that, but I'm not the depression. Yes, I've heard interviews when he talked about it, but not taking the life. But
when he talked about how he was sitting at Jasmine Guy's house and how he had
shout out to her.
Absolutely.
Shout out to her for opening up her door.
She a rider.
She didn't have to do that. She was a star on a hit show, and she didn't have to. She could say, "I ain't getting involved." She didn't have to do that, but she hid Afeni and him at her house, and so that nobody would know where they were. So that was.
But the guy who put the hit on Tupac is actually in jail, in prison, and he a snitch. by the name of Jimmy Henchman.
Yeah, I know about
Okay.
Jimmy Henchman too.
I know you do, Ink. I'm just saying for the people that probably don't know,
Mhm.
that's who they. I mean, Tupac said it in his album. If 50 Cent gonna tell you every 6 months that Jimmy Henchman is a snitch.
Well, he did snitch. I mean, it's a fact. He did snitch. He worked with the FBI and all that stuff. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did snitch.
And
Absolutely.
allegedly, Tony, you know, I mean, it's out there, but Tony Yayo end up slapping Jimmy Henchman's kid.
I didn't know about that part, but I mean,
Yeah.
but it's known fact that he did snitch. So.
He did snitch. You know, Jimmy Henchman is a wild boy. Was a wild boy.
So yeah, of course we get to when he gets to death row and he getting, you know, Sugar saying he gonna take care of him. He gonna take care. Y'all touched on it a little bit. Gonna take care of his family. He having the Mother's Day event and all of that kind of stuff. You know, we get California Love, which is my jam too. But
oh yeah, and I love the remix of the California Love. Yeah.
But of course, it's not all, you know, what is cracked up to be at the same time. Like they were saying that he really never had no intentions of it being a long-term thing. Like he wanted to be able to, I guess, do his thing with them for a minute and then branch off. Like most of this was, one, he helped me get out, and two, at least that's the way I took it.
No, that's true. That's
him being mad at so many other people that he felt like turned on him and betrayed him.
Yeah, he had no intention on staying with Death Row for a lifetime. He was it was just like a stepping stone. I just need this to get on my. Remember now, the case wasn't over there. The money to get him out was just like getting out on bail. He wasn't. It wasn't like the case was closed.
Right.
Gonna have to, had he not gotten murdered, that case was still going to go on. He was going to
to
fight that case. So he just needed to make some money and that's why he was working, putting out them albums and them songs left and right, doing all the movies.
I think eventually, if he would have been still alive, he probably would have won that case off the fact that he would have had the best lawyers at the time. He ain't really had no best lawyers.
No, he needed to get Johnny Cochran.
He would have end up getting Suge Knight's lawyer. Remember,
he needed that guy, Kenner. No, he ain't need him.
But you gotta remember though, he was the one that beat the case for Snoop Dogg.
Snoop, he did. Yeah, he probably needed the guy that Michael Jackson had, or I forgot his name right now, or Johnny. Johnny worked with Michael too, but it was another white man. I just can't think of his name who worked with Michael, or Johnny Cochran. Either one of them or somebody. He just needed somebody that he didn't need anybody affiliated with Suge Knight though. I wanted him to separate himself from Suge Knight.
Yeah, it just seemed like it just started going downhill because at that point Dre had left, and I think Snoop even mentions in the documentary like once Dre left, it was pretty much like nobody else ain't leaving. When you were Death Row, you were Death Row, so you only leaving one way. Something along them lines. I'm paraphrasing.
No, and Snoop didn't have he wanted to leave too, but he didn't have a choice. So he had to put out them those other two albums outside of Doggy Style, the Dogfather and the Last Meal. He had to put them albums out, but he was done with it too.
Absolutely. Listen, a long list. I love. There's so many that I love. Trust me.
Not to cut y'all up, but Snoop and Snoop and Suge, they're about to kill each other. When he wanted to leave, when he was with No Limit. And Master P was like, "You gotta chill, bro." Like, you know what I mean?
It was about to get ugly. Master P, really helped him with that. That probably was the best. I didn't necessarily like him on there, but it was the best thing for him to get away out of California, to get his life together, to get him back on track, and it worked out in his favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And had he stayed, who knows what he could have gotten locked up or something.
Yeah,
that's
definitely. True. And y'all,
I just feel like if
this was Snoop. No, I was just saying y'all mentioned this with Snoop. Murder was the case that the game.
Snoop didn't murder that guy. He was just in the passenger seat. He didn't murder that guy. You know how you just in the wrong place, the wrong time. You with the wrong people.
Hey, 50 Cent, can you please? That would be unscripted, right? Inga? If he do that'd be unscripted. So please do this. Put it on Hulu or something like that. We need to see
Well,
this.
Snoop's biopic is being worked on. I think Alan Hughes is working on it. From
Yeah,
what
he doing-
Alan Hughes said.
That would be
Yeah,
good.
I
I
think-
heard
I
that from
think-
Alan Hughes.
I think it was.
Club.
I think Ryan Coogler is one of the persons that helped did Black Panther. He gonna do it, but this 50 and Snoop, they doing the murder was the case just on that trial.
Murder case, yeah. But I'm interested in seeing all the Snoop's.
Yes,
life.
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
I would be here for that.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on Hulu, on Fox or Hulu or something. Don't put it on Stars, man. Don't do that.
No, he not fooling with
Stars
Stars.
got enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stars
Right.
got enough. Let's go somewhere else. But I was gonna say that I thought that that if Pac was alive, like, can you imagine him having his own, like, because it felt like he was just gonna go do his own thing. Like, I've never seen Pac as a follower, or a leader. You know what I'm
Absolutely
saying? So
not.
he wasn't
Yeah.
gonna stay on death row. Like, that was
Mhm.
just a means to an end. He was
Right.
gonna do his record. He was gonna do his 3 records, and get the heck up out of there. And that was
Mhm.
he was gonna do his 3 albums and go.
Yeah,
And then
I
he was
mean,
gonna start his
exactly.
own thing. Like, I've always felt like he was gonna start his own thing, and I was like, that would be
Oh,
crazy.
well, he
to see
was
the
working.
type of
Absolutely.
artist.
He was behind the scenes working on it when he got murdered. I mean, right before he got murdered, he was trying to put it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be crazy to see the type of artist that he could develop. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a
Mhm.
certain type of person to be able to develop artists into what their full potential could be. That would be crazy. Sorry.
Remember, he was supposed
Yeah.
to play.
I agree, Savannah. I would much rather that than another Whitney Houston movie, child.
Oh no! Yeah,
Not Whitney
that
Houston.
last Whitney Houston movie was trash. It was garbage. I ain't like it at all.
Oh God, but yeah, I would definitely like to see that.
Pac was gonna be Independence Day if he would have never died.
Mm-hmm.
He was wanting to do something different. He was gonna get that role too. And he died.
Yeah.
But please, no more Whitney Houston. Let her rest in peace. Y'all did my
Yes,
baby
rest
dirty.
in peace.
We done with. We know
Yeah.
everything that we know everything that we need to know at this point. Like,
But
there's
y'all
nothing
did
new.
my baby dirty, man. Y'all gave us that movie that nobody go see, and it was trash. It's on Netflix too if y'all want to watch
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Yeah, I saw it on
Mhm.
Netflix, and I was like, ugh. I'm
Yeah,
glad
I didn't
ain't
watch
go
the
through
whole thing because I just be there for the music. That's all I be hearing about. I just want to go.
Mhm.
see
Yeah,
it.
me too.
Mhm.
I was there for the songs because it made me remember. I said, "Dang, she had some jams." I was, because I don't sit around listening to Whitney Houston like that. I don't dislike her, but I don't be sitting around listening. But when I watched the movie, I said, "Oh yeah, some good." The soundtrack is good because of her music, but that's all I can say about it.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston got some bangers though. She a legend.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. No
Absolutely,
question. So, of course, in 2004, his mom, has her book, which was written by Jasmine Guy. I would like to read that book. I haven't read it. And it was a song she was saying at the end in this part. You can't be playing music up here on YouTube anyway, but that part stuck out to me. And the part I was talking about with the, her words at the trial and his words at those. I mean, the whole thing is good, but those two definitely just kind of like gave me chills, made me, get a little sentimental. That
What's the
part
name of the book?
definitely hit me. I don't even know.
I think it's just her name.
Her name, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on
her and Jasmine
Amazon.
Guy were
I
very
think I'm gonna
close
order it.
too.
I think I'm gonna
Okay,
buy
that's
it.
why I'm putting it. I hope it's on
Yeah.
Audible because I got a bunch of Audible credits and I was looking for something
I
to
think
read.
I do too. I'm gonna look into it. I think I do too.
Yeah, so this is kind of when Snoop and him,
Had a little thing, yeah.
yeah.
And
And
I
Snoop was
said,
looking so sad there too. He was looking pitiful.
yeah, and it was just sad because he never got a chance to make amends and make up to him.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad. If you get an argument with one of your friends,
Yeah.
then the next
And
day
then
you
they
hear
gone,
die,
yeah.
and then you're like, damn, we ain't never get a chance to make up.
He
Right.
said, I don't know. We wasn't there. We got a lot of
Right.
stories nowadays, but he said that he went to the hospital and talked to him when he was on, when he was
Oh
in
no,
coma.
Yeah.
I think he was there. I believe he was
Yeah,
there.
he
Yeah.
said
I mean,
he
but he
spoke
never
with
got
his
chance to. He was
right.
in coma though, so he
Right. And then you
Yeah.
figure he was going after that. But he did say he spoke to him and spoke to his mother, but it's like, come on, I know that I know that always stuck with him because it's like, you know, Pac wasn't feeling it. What did he say? I can't even remember. I think he wanted him to say something against
Bad Boy.
Right.
And he said, I'm cool with them dudes.
Yeah.
You know? He said he wanted to do music with Biggie and all that.
He did say that, but he was the one on the in the Source Awards. Somebody, if y'all got a problem with that.
Yes, I remember that. I said that on tape. It's probably still in here.
Well, he said. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just gonna say if one of your friends don't like somebody, you're gonna be like, I don't like them either. So you just riding with the crew. You just riding with them. You probably don't really feel that way.
Yeah,
you're just riding with them. So he gonna say,
and the way. Yeah, because the way he said it to me, it wasn't it was like y'all ain't got love for Snoop Dogg.
Yes, I remember that because I was so disappointed with that. I remember watching that real time and I was like, what is going on here?
Real time, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's iconic. You can go back and watch it on YouTube right now, and it's like really hilarious to watch it now after all these years.
Right. Yeah, definitely. So
I just took it like he was saying, "Hey, like really, y'all ain't got love for us." And then,
they was booing them.
Yeah, they was booing them, and I was like, "Why is this happening?"
They were booing them because they on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? So they was booing the South too. So it wasn't.
Yes.
I mean, if you wasn't East Coast, you was getting booed. That's how it was.
Yeah. I remember I didn't like that. I didn't want to see no fight. I was like, "What are y'all doing that?"
They definitely was blowing Death Row after what Suge Knight said about Puff.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, he wasn't lying about it either, though.
No, he wasn't lying.
We ain't dancing and wearing them shiny suits.
You got to worry about the producer being all
right.
Death Row.
Yeah,
you know. Yep. Oh, that's an iconic statement.
Absolutely,
But no, he never got a chance to make up with his friends, so he didn't. You know, Snoop was sitting on the plane. He said with a fork in one hand, a knife in the other hand, and he was ready to battle in case somebody came at him. And what was strange is that when he was going to get on the plane, they were leaving the East Coast, leaving New York, and he was getting on the plane, and he said. They wouldn't let his security get on the plane with him.
Yeah,
and he knew. That's when he knew. Something let to go down. So let me sit here with a knife in my hand, and I'm ready to stab somebody.
So before this happens, right? We were saying he wanted his masters. He wanted to leave Death Row, and then his family. I can't remember whether it was the cousin or the aunt. I think it was the cousin. She said he didn't even want to go to Fight Night. That Suge was kind of like trying to talk him into it. Did y'all know that part?
I mean, maybe. I mean,
he did.
I didn't know that part per se. I don't remember if I ever heard that part, but I did think it was just weird that they get into that fight and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like this night was just one of those nights that it felt orchestrated in some ways, and maybe it's just that whole thing inside of you that wants there to be some other reasoning for why this had to happen. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, but it didn't feel natural the way they tell the story.
Right.
You
know what I'm saying? No, it wasn't natural.
It never did feel natural.
It wasn't like no, I think the whole thing. Now for Pac, he never saw it coming. He was just riding. Like I said, he was one of them guys. If I'm with you, I'm with you 1000%.
Gemini energy.
I mean, you know, and so he said, "Oh, them the dudes that snatched the chain or whatever. Oh, let's go get them dudes." Blah blah blah. They stomped them down, and that's that whole videos. Wow, they stomped them down.
Yes, Kendall, it does. Listen. I remember when I first saw this picture. Okay, listen.
Oh yeah, and the guy who took the picture, he just was a guy on the street, like a photographer or something. And he said, "Yo, Tupac." He looked out the window, and that's the last photo. It's so eerie.
He looked like he didn't want to be there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He
didn't look like he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
He probably wanted to be there with his woman and his mama, somebody, whoever was there with him. His aunt, I can't remember who it was. His auntie.
Yeah, he was there, but he was there with Kidada Jones, which is Quincy Jones's daughter, and his I think his cousins and all them was there. Aunts and stuff. Was there.
His family was there. I remember them being there, and I remember Kidada being there. And I feel like it just feel like that's where he should have been. I don't know why. I just feel like that's where he should have been.
Yeah, because he even, I forget whether they called him or he called them, but he said, don't come or go stay at the hotel or whatever. But
yeah, because I think he knew it was going to be just some
you got to think about it.
Stuff going on.
You got to think about it though, right? And this because these brothers, rest in peace to these two brothers, but they Geminis. Biggie a Gemini, Pac was a Gemini. When they had that look. You could. I'm telling you, I got a whole family that a bunch of Gemini. When they don't want to be nowhere, they'll go with you, but they'll have that certain type of look. You be like, all right, he don't want to go or she don't want to go. And when they both died, look at it. Biggie and Tupac had that same look of knowing that something was gonna happen, and they didn't want to be there. Biggie didn't want to go to Los Angeles.
I don't know if he knew. Like
it felt like he did, but
we want,
like he knew. Hey, Moochie, it's okay. Feel better. We love you.
It doesn't. I don't know if he knew, but he definitely just looked like he didn't want to be there. That's.
I do feel like sometimes people can feel when sometimes things like this are about to happen to them because I felt like
you get. You be having your intuition sometimes, right? And sometimes we listen to it, sometimes we don't. But
exactly,
I don't know. So any kind of like,
it's hard to tell. It's really hard to say because I really wish that we could just got the last conversation.
If you beat up a Crip, he beat up a Crip, right? You ought to know the gang coach in Los Angeles is instantly retaliation.
Retaliation, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't play with that. They don't even care where they at. They could be. They could be somewhere in Chicago. If they got a couple of boys in Chicago, they're gonna try to retaliate.
Yeah,
I just don't understand how Keefe D is able to still walk around in the streets.
Yeah, that is interesting too.
I have a theory about it though. I don't think that Orlando did it. I think he did it, and he's putting the death on his nephew.
Yeah, nephew.
That's what that is.
But they made sure they killed him.
What's up,
Orlando was going around running his mouth, and I think they put him down.
You definitely got to check this documentary out. It's very well done.
Yes,
very well done.
It really is.
It's not like your average just Tupac story.
Yeah,
it really just goes deep, really, really deep.
I think it's one of the best ones, and I think I done seen a lot of them.
I like Resurrection too. I also like Resurrection. That one was nice.
I think I just like the mama aspect of this. I think it's that motherly thing that really brings this one home. So
yes, absolutely, yeah,
definitely.
But Keefe D just walking around and still doing interviews on Vlad and all
making
kinds of stuff.
Love money.
And I just think I don't understand why anybody's letting him just walk around the streets. I'm not advocating for somebody to kill nobody. I'm just saying.
The only thing I don't like about Tupac, what they do with Tupac and Biggie, they sit there and extort them. And what I mean by that, they just keep eating off these guys and not giving them no family they money.
No.
They just keep talking about this guy. And that's Vlad that's keep doing it.
Vlad and all the dialogue.
That ending part too, where it says that his mother thought, she was going to get the house and get this, and they found out he didn't own anything.
But none of them owned anything.
Yeah,
none of them Snoop, Daz, Corrupt, whoever you want to name, and therefore none of them own their houses, their cars, their
and also the fact that I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you up. Also the fact that, of course, Biggie goes not too long after him, and that his mother didn't even have the chance really to grieve. She was over here doing interviews talking about the whole East Coast, West Coast thing, how she feel about losing her son. Like, that's horrible.
No, I mean, it's bad for both of the mothers because they have nothing to do with anything, and both of these mothers lost their sons at 24, 25 years old.
24, 25.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm sorry for cutting y'all off, but DJ Clark Clint and everybody, stop talking. And I'm not speaking as a fan. Stop. I'm just thinking as these people got a kid. He got a kid. He got family members. Stop speaking on this man. You know what I mean? Like, you should have told him when he was alive what he did. You didn't do that because you probably would have got punched in your face. Stop bringing up Tupac. Biggie is dead because he went to California. Me, Inga, EJ, whoever in the chat, Tamika, if that was us, we ain't going to California.
If I got death threats on my life, I'm not going. I don't care if it's Arkansas. They threatening me. I ain't going.
Yeah,
it's not like he needed the money. Like that just didn't make no sense. It's not like he was hard up for money. Like the right call for Diddy to make would have been to be like, nah, he should have been the one like, nah, like we not doing it.
Funkmaster Flex, I can't stand him. I never have. I'm sorry, y'all.
I can't Tamika, I know you're a New Yorker, but I can't
I can't stand him. I don't care when they be like, oh, I cannot stand that man. I don't give a daggone.
And shout out for Gaddafi. He got Tupac back. Every time I see him in the interview, he always calling somebody out. Respectfully too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Outlaws always hold Tupac down. So you know, and they also giving Tupac I don't know when they're gonna do the ceremony, but they're giving him a name.
They did it yesterday.
They did it. Well, I know they did the Star.
Oh, okay.
But I'm talking about in Oak, somewhere in the Bay Area. They naming a street, a boulevard, or something after him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they already did it, but it's I know it's going to happen. So, but the Star was yesterday. I watched that. That ceremony was nice.
What did y'all think about the holographic thing? I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was kind of dope. It was kind of
I love that. Yeah, this is the best one that we saw. To me, I like.
Yeah, they had some horrible ones. I think it was good.
Yeah, they have had some bad ones. Yeah. I ain't like that Eazy-E one. I ain't like that. Yeah.
I didn't see the Eazy-E one. I'm sorry, but I didn't see that one. But I was here for the Tupac one.
The Tupac one was good. It was so eerie, EJ. I thought it was real. I thought it was like, oh my God, he's alive. I was looking at my TV like, oh my God.
That was in Coachella.
I really thought he was alive.
Coachella, yeah, that was Coachella.
They spent a lot of money.
Yeah, he was a baby. That's how old my son is right now. Like
25.
And he's been so much
30
within his
I
time.
can't imagine losing my son.
Absolutely, like, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's right. A Flex is a clown.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a clown,
yeah, he's a clown up there talking about F a dead man. You don't get no brownie points for that.
Right.
Yeah, and then you don't never speak on. They always say never speak on the dead. Like,
if you didn't like him when he was alive, just let it go. He's gone now. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of New York artists people that was in New York, they got their feelings hurt. They still talking about this man. So you already know that. I'm like, bro, this man been died for years, and y'all still mad about this guy. Y'all never gonna see him again.
I do think they give Biggie a lot more praise. He gets a lot more attention. He just a whole bunch of,
in New York.
Yeah. I mean, New York hold him down. I'm not against Biggie. I like Biggie, but I'm just saying I think that they just should stop slandering Tupac and saying things and all these interviews. Like, why?
Yeah, I never got that. I definitely ain't down with that. So
like both people, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to like one or the other. I mean, I favor more the Tupac. I raised my son on Tupac, and he's a big Tupac fan. So, I mean, we Tupac people over here, but I like Biggie too.
I like Biggie too, to be honest with you, but I got to keep it real. He wasn't innocent. He was, I'm not going to disrespect him, his legacy, but if anybody want to get mad at that why Biggie is that's gone, you need to get mad at the man that's sitting there dating a 25-year-old woman at Puff. He the one that got something to do with it. Horrible.
Listen, I can't stand Puff, so that's a whole nother conversation.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. I said there's a lot of questions. They never got it. They never allowed. He never allowed any detectives or anybody to interview him, talk with him, and you can't even answer these questions if you sat down and had an interview with him. Yeah, and he's slippery. He knows how to, dodge and stuff. I think this whole situation with Kim Porter is very suspect too.
Yeah, that's why I said we can have a whole nother story on him. I mean, I was heartbroken when both of them died, Tupac and Big. I remember each day, like literally like yesterday, same way I remember 9/11. I remember my cousin running in my room crying, like feels like yesterday, even though it's been a long time.
I remember going to my job the next day and asking everybody, "Did y'all hear what happened?" Because we didn't have Instagram and we didn't have all that stuff. Exactly. So you had to get it on the
Puff ain't really no big friend. Puff ain't no friend. Puff's the type of dude. He all about himself, to be honest with you. Like prime example, like they, the queen herself, Mary J. Blige, she was saying how she was almost dead broke and all type of stuff. But Puff, that's supposed to be your friend. You ain't look out for her, but you got
Please,
the guy.
who he look out for himself?
But to be honest with you, the one that
Yeah.
actually got her, I mean, she got back pop because her name, and I'm glad she's back. But 50 made her pop more by putting her on that show. Because I don't think she can need to be on there, but feel like, yo, I'm gonna look out for Mary. We're gonna get her popping, and look what she getting. Now she getting the most money out of everybody in that boy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, if they kill her off, that'll open up the budget to bring somebody else because they can't
she getting a nice little chunk. She gotta pay that husband his money too. So
that's a whole nother thing. That's
right. But hey, I was saying the same thing. I said free. You can free the cat space if you get rid of her.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're gonna get rid of him.
So, of course they ended it out with I Ain't Mad at You, another one of my faves. Listen, every song I'm gonna say is my fave because I love it.
It's so many.
This song make me cry too, but
that would make me cry. That would make me cry.
I Ain't Mad at You makes me cry.
Yeah.
I like Changes.
Yes.
It's crazy because my first introduction to Tupac, and because I'm not like a big hip hop person like that, listen to a lot of rap music and stuff like that. Like I know like mainstream stuff, but I'm just not like a person that goes sit down and I'm straight R&B. Like I'm a big R&B fan. However, my first introduction was Brenda's Got a Baby, and I knew that song from like the beginning to the end. I can still sing that song, but that was my first time, and that's when I fell in love with
video first
Tupac.
came out. EJ, I was like glued to the TV back in the day.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I was like, oh my God, it was a real story. Like you get all into it. It wasn't just your average rap song.
Yes, we can do Hail Mary. Oh, that's
Hail Mary. Yeah, it's so many.
I think Tupac's best work though is actually Me Against the World.
Yes, I love that too. Like I said, you're gonna hear me say I love everything.
I do too. I mean, because there's some good songs on Strictly for My Ends.
Yeah.
I mean, some good. He got. You can find. I think every album you can find something you like.
You can find
something for everybody. You got the conscious music. He got the gangster music. He got the music.
Right.
Go to Thug Life album. You gotta, you might have to edit a couple of his group. His group members. You gotta edit, but Thug Life album by itself was fire.
Right. So y'all got any, last thoughts, overall thoughts before we get out of here?
The whole thing was just sad. Oh, we ain't talk about the fact that Mama had passed away.
Oh yes.
The Mama passed, and I thought that was just so. Yeah, that's another sad thing added on.
I think it's like another broken heart. Like her sister said, she never really was the same. She wasn't happy anymore. I mean.
And did y'all know the story? They didn't talk about it in the documentary, but you can Google and find this. She had remarried to some guy who was like a minister or something.
Yeah, the acting
and then they was going through a divorce,
and
he didn't even know Tupac. Like he tried to go and sue and see if he can get some of the estate, but he didn't get nothing. But they threw that out because I was like, Negro, you ain't even know this man. Like how you
told? So where is his estate right now? Did the sister like?
I think it's sort of one of them things like Michael Jackson, like lawyers and different people running it.
It's still tied up because I know she was
I think his sister got like half of it though. To be honest with you,
I know the sister runs his foundation. That I do know. I mean, but because the mother and her were running it together, and now she's a president CEO of the Tupac Foundation. But the whole estate. I think just like I think it's probably a bunch of lawyers and different stuff, and I just think they,
I just think that stuff like that is just slimy. I just feel like you should just let the family, like that's his work and his family deserves to have that. That's his legacy, and you don't deserve to have his legacy. So why are you fighting over something that doesn't belong to you? I just hate opportunists.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Daz Dillinger said when this movie came out, this docu-series came out, he posted on Instagram saying, yeah, and the mother, she sued me for I guess because he did a lot of the music, produced a lot of the songs and stuff. So yeah, she sued me back in the day. Like he was bringing up some garbage about him son. The mother sued a whole bunch of people. He just happened to be one of them that she sued. It wasn't personal. She probably don't give a damn about him. But I just thought that was slimy.
That's the music business, though, bro.
But why, he posted on his Instagram, and everybody jumped on him real bad.
There's so many artists that have went down.
Yeah, you're supposed to sue. I'm gonna sue too. If my son left with a legacy of stuff, I'm going out to everybody to make sure
absolutely
the family can be taken care of. You know,
absolutely.
So she you're talking about a real legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac is gonna your kids is gonna know who the heck Tupac is. You know what I'm saying? Like they not even gonna be from that generation, and they gonna know who the heck Tupac is. Like he gonna live on. It literally is immortal. Like it's what it is.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and his acting is great too.
Yeah, superb.
I would love to see where his acting would have went. Like I would love to see
he was. I like Gang Related. That was a good movie to me. You know,
he was a good actor. I know right now he would have been off the hook because he was already great back then.
He would have gotten better and better. Rose would have gotten better. Yeah, you know. So some of these people wouldn't even be where they are now. Probably still around. Yeah,
he would have been. That man was in Juice. He did his thing in Juice.
Oh yes, he did. A Juice and Above the Rim. Those are two of my favorites.
Shit, I like to Miss Lucky. Hell,
yeah, me too. I love Party. I just watched Party Justice not too long ago. Yeah. Whenever I see his stuff, I watch him. I love it. So
definitely,
it's so much to still say, but you know, hey, both of these people, both the Feeney and Pac, beautiful people, and they had a hard life, both of them.
Yes,
ups and downs.
Absolutely. You know, rest in peace. They are together again.
Yes.
So y'all, that's what we got.
Yeah.
This was good, Tamika.
It was. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, happy birthday to him next. I think.
Oh yeah, Friday. Yeah,
next week.
Yeah, next Friday, 16th.
Yeah,
would have been 52.
Right.
That's still so young. I can't even imagine what he would have been like at 52. Like the stuff that he could have accomplished. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and at 25 years old, I mean, imagine what you was doing at 25.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, just like you still
not enough.
Yeah, you still trying to figure your life out. You know what I'm saying? At 25, and he already lived 5 lifetimes by 25.
Absolutely,
he did way more than what we doing.
Exactly, you know? For real. Yep. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. EJ, you want to tell them anything you got going on coming up?
Let's see what I got going on. Of course, on Wednesdays, I think we got one more episode of Ruthless. This is like the mid-season, I believe. So we'll have our roundtable on that one. You got to show up because you never know who might pop up. Because last week we had some of the cast pop up. And then... I think I got a couple of more reviews coming out. I think I got Idol coming out, and then I got my Ruthless review coming out. And then I'm just working on some other stuff, and I'll just keep your notifications on.
Okay.
Kendall,
she said June 16th. Okay, yeah, June.
Oh. Yeah, next Friday. June
17th is your birthday, Kendall? My dad is a Gemini too. Lord of mercy. All right, Kendall, where the party at? Oh God. Thank y'all for coming through.
What you got going on,
I'm gonna have another trivia on Saturday. Yesterday we did like a Power Book trivia and predictions. I got my Run the World review up, and then me, Nita, and Moochie also did a Run the World live. Of course, y'all know I do my sisters on Wednesdays, and I'm still kind of working on some other things behind the scenes. I'll keep y'all updated. Yes, next Thursday is definitely Color Purple. We're going to be talking about the trailer and then getting into, the old movies. So join us, y'all. Refresh your memories if y'all need to.
Can I say something, though, about Color Purple?
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all, I'm not watching it, but can y'all stop this, man? Don't make no more Color Purples, man. Please.
But no this more. Is Color Purple, the musical.
This is a musical.
It's supposed to be a little different. It's a musical.
Yeah, it's not the same as the movie.
Oh, okay.
It's like the play.
Remake.
I might
because I didn't want them messing.
The play was good. The play was good.
No more.
I was gonna say everybody says that the play was amazing, which is the reason why they're even doing this.
Mm-hmm.
They think that the play is done so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't got a chance to see it. I would love to see it though.
I might have to make me a channel because
I get tired of remakes. I'm the first one to say that.
Me too. I'm over the
remakes. No more remakes. If that Color Purple, please, man. Just do the the plays and stuff, man, for real.
Yeah.
And stay away.
Listen, Oprah Winfrey is involved in this, and I don't think that Oprah would let them tarnish a legacy such as the Color Purple.
No, they're not. Yeah,
I'm not worried about it.
Man, Oprah ain't about to do nothing. She barely can see. She probably gonna just sit there and nod her head too.
Okay, we're not dealing with the Oprah slander now.
Hey, I'm gonna get
but the play was good. I saw it when it was Jennifer Hudson, because you had one that has Cynthia Evil, one that had Jennifer Hudson, one that had Fantasia. I didn't get to see the Fantasia one. I seen the clips from it, but they're pretty much doing it in that same way. And then they got Fantasia in the movie, so I think it's going to be good.
They changed up some of the stories.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, even if you think about it, the actual movie and the book, like they're so like it's just so much that they left out.
Absolutely, they always leave it out because you can't put everything in.
I read the book when the book first came out.
I'm about to start me up a channel. I'm about to start talking about a lot of stuff. I'm gonna talk about these women that's getting these BBLs. Y'all gotta stop it. Like
Detroit, you should have had a channel. I don't know how you didn't already.
I think it's about time for real. I'm about to start talking about. I gotta stay away from them BBLs because it's killing y'all, man. It's horrible. I'm just saying, people are dying.
Inga needs to have a channel too. She's the one that got me to do a live. Okay, shout out to Inga.
I sure did. I sure did.
Yeah. My moderator.
I think Detroit and Inga should have a channel together because
you know why that ain't gonna work, because we might be on there arguing.
Only time me and Inga gonna argue when we talk about Snowfall. Other than that, we good.
No, we ain't gonna argue about no Snowfall.
No, we ain't gonna argue. Me and Inga gonna be trying to. Inga need to be on there because she need to be getting these young ladies together about this BBL.
I'm right. They'll come see it.
People can do it if they want to, but I think what you should do is make sure you investigate that doctor. Make sure that he's board certified. He don't have nothing on his license, no lawsuits.
That's not even legal to do.
You got to do and get references from multiple people. And I think old girl, rest in peace to that young lady. I think she didn't do any of that, her investigation.
It's a lot of them ain't doing that investigation.
Please get your channel going, Detroit.
I'm getting the channel.
I didn't know you had a channel.
I'm gonna be talking about a lot of things, but it's gonna be mostly movies and TV shows. But I'm gonna talk about that BBL.
Yeah. I'll get together one day to make. By the time I finish work, I don't feel like I don't know how y'all do it, because by the time I'm working all day, and I don't feel like sitting on talking no more. I
Yeah, I understand that. I definitely understand that. Sometimes it take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for coming out. I definitely appreciate y'all. If you come on the replay, let us know in the comments. Replay game. Tell us what you thought about the documentary. Make sure you subscribe to, EJ. You subscribe to me. I'm trying to get to 1,000. For some reason, my number keep going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But I'm gonna get there.
Well, where would it go down? That means
I don't know. It's been doing that for like 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on
Yeah.
with it, but
People will unsubscribe to your channel, and then you'll see it go down, and then it'll go back up, and then it'll go down.
Yeah,
Like, it's
that's
just-
basically what's been happening.
Well, if they unsubscribe, that must mean they wasn't no, you ain't need them anyway. Just
Yeah, my
Right,
real
that was-
ones is always here, and I appreciate
Right.
y'all.
Right. They wasn't trying to check you out anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You're
we'll
gonna get
talk
there,
with
though.
y'all later.
All right.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Till next time.